All right, so I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce the first word of this movie. I know it looks a hell of a lot like Gungam style, whatever. The Haunted Asylum. However the hell you say this, I don't know. I'm not Korean. Anyway, um, one of the big reasons that I wanted to check this movie out outside of its high ratings and some of the praise it's been getting is, in addition to me really liking found footage, I really love Korean cinema. And I have, up until this point, never seen a Korean film I didn't really like or love. I've said that always. I always tell people, man, I've never seen a Korean movie, that it wasn't great. I finally have found one. This movie is just generic copy and paste. This is a Grave Encounters, but, as generic as humanly possible. I was underwhelmed, to say the least. There's some things in this film that are effective and kind of creepy, but my God, we have seen every second of this movie before. And that isn't always a negative. I hate when I say that and people, because I'll sound like I'm contradicting myself in other reviews where I'll say well, yeah, we've seen this all before, but it was well done. But it's well done. We need to listen to that because that is what matters. This film doesn't do what it's doing when it's being derivative, when it's stealing from other films of its own subgenre, Grave Encounters and whatnot. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It doesn't take something from the past and put a new spin on it to make it interesting, having seen it again and again. That is what films like this need to do. If you're going to borrow or outright steal from other films, take those ideas, flip them on themselves, reinvent them, and throw them at us in new ways so that even though we've seen them before, we go, wow, that was a cool take on that. I've seen that 100 times, but I've never seen it like that. This film does not do that. It takes everything we've seen before and does it exactly the same way, but to a lesser degree. Probably because I've seen it 100 times and they didn't try anything new with it. Now, I know a lot of people are huge on this movie, and that's great. I always say this, if you love a movie, I'm not the person to ever try to make you dislike it, and nor do I want you to dislike it, or do I think I'm right over you. Do not, in the slightest. But man, I was really bummed while watching this. Because I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. And another thing which is weird is I really liked the characters in the first 20 minutes. I thought they were well established and very likable characters. So I was surprised at how much I didn't give a shit as this continued. When I was sitting there watching, I was just like, I should care. Because I do like that chick. I do like that guy. They set them up very well. They introduce them, they have banter, their camaraderie is very believable, and they're fun, and there's good little humorous moments and character moments and all that stuff. But then and that's funny because that's all the non-horror stuff. I liked that. And then when it got to the Asylum, it was just, rinse, lather, repeat. I am starting to believe, I'm not starting, I believed this for a long time. I believe, personally, that people blow foreign films much more than American films. I feel like people in America are much harder on American cinema because there's so many films that I watch that are American, and I was like, you know what, I swear to God, if this was in a different language and everything was the fucking same and you did not recognize any of these actors, you would be like, oh my God, this is a masterpiece. And so, Americans just don't get it. And it'd be like, you son of a bitch, this is the same goddamn movie. I don't know. I really, really believe that to be true. As soon as you throw fucking subtitles on a movie and you do it in a different language and whatnot, They seem to like it way more than necessary a lot of the times. That's just my opinion, of course. But I feel like this one is getting some serious love. And if it was American, if it was in English and it was American actors and it would play out exactly the same way this film did, people would be shitting all over it, calling it a Grave Encounters fucking ripoff, and how much they couldn't stand that, blah, blah, blah. So that's my opinion on this. Take it for what you will. Yeah, anyway, guys. All right.